All right, guys. So this is awesome. Coffeezilla was actually able to get some exclusive information here. This is basically like him doing original reporting. So we already know that the Tate brothers are massive criminals. They've been charged with rape. They've been charged with human trafficking. I mean, there are videos of Andrew Tate explaining in detail how he commits his crimes, right? Both tax evasion and fraud and coercing women to basically do sexual stuff, and he steals the money from them, right? I mean, we've gone over it, literal like lawyers playing the video and reacting to it and being like, well, that's crime. Yep, and that's crime too. And just it goes on and on and on, right? So anyway, here's Coffeezilla, and he was able to find some new information about new crimes that the Tate brothers committed. So add it to the list. What are we at now? 312 different crimes, something like that. Now, by the way, Trump, the same day he pretended to release the Epstein files but didn't, is the same day he let the Tate brothers into the country. Bro, if that's not a giveaway as to who this guy really is, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you at this point. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what Coffeezilla found out.
Stay in Romania where you can come to the land of the alleged human trafficker and money launderer. Now, I brought you all here today actually because I have a bit of a scoop for you. I've got a little news story for you. Now, I'm not going to make a big deal of alleged crimes here because, frankly, we don't care anymore about prosecuting any of it. So I'm just going to show you.
He's so right. Like, he's so right. I've had this thought, too, a lot. It really feels like nothing matters anymore. The President of the United States did a crypto scam coin 2 days before his inauguration and made billions of dollars off of his own supporters, duping them and stealing their money. Then Melania Trump did it. Right? Then he's going to do a crypto reserve, which is just a massive scam to shovel tax money to crypto broligarch billionaire assholes. Right? So it feels like nothing matters. It feels like, I mean, the CFPB is destroyed. They're the anti-scam police. They want big businesses and they want financial institutions to scam you. They're on the side of the scammers. They're bringing back the junk fees. It's like nothing matters anymore. And he's noticed that. I'm definitely noticing that too. And it's fucking dark. Because, like, I don't want to live in this world. I want to live in a world where we actually have reasonable rules and you look out for people and make sure they're not getting duped and scammed on a regular basis.
The Tate brothers, in addition to what they've been accused of here, also have been laundering money as literal Bond villains. I don't know why people are like, think this is the hill they want to die on, but I just want to be clear that these are not free speech warriors. They actually are Bond villains, not in hyperbole, in actual fact. How do I know this? Well, that's the profile they used when trying to set up shell companies to allegedly launder money. I know this because I got Tristan Tate's passport, his fake passport he was using. You can see his name is Scorpius Vladimir, also known as Vladimir Scorpius, the main villain in the James Bond novel.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. Elon's done this too, right? Where, like, he embraces the villain role. Remember, he dressed like Baphomet and had that as his picture on Twitter for a really long time. Like, these people, they're letting it all hang out. They really are. And as I told you guys before, what we need to come to grips with is that good and evil genuinely exist, right? And these people are evil.
That's who Tristan Tate is pretending to be when signing up for accounts with various payment processors. I know this because I had a whistleblower from one of these payment processors give me these documents and show me exactly what this guy was doing. You can also see it here. Here's Tristan Tate's selfie he gave to these people. He says burner.scorpius@protonmail.com. I'm going to blur out the address given there and the phone number. But the point is, these guys not only have they've been accused of money laundering. In Britain, they actually seized some of their assets for this, but they're literally playing games with the government, and it's we live in a world where if you have enough money, you can just break the law and then you just yell foul free speech matrix attacks when anyone tries to prosecute you on them.
Yeah, he's describing Elon perfectly. This is Elon, right? Illegally hacking into our treasury, stealing everybody's personal data, deleting government agencies he doesn't like, ones that check his ass. And he just keeps going, right? Even when the courts are like, you kind of can't do that. He's like, I'm going to keep doing it.
It's just amazing how it works. I mean, what's so baffling about it is these people brag about it. It's not like they hid it and then now I'm exposing it for the first time. They're the first ones to brag about like tax evasion and laundering money. This is why I have my Cayman Island shirt on, guys, because we're in the tax evasion world. So here's what Andrew Tate himself said This is prior to anything that I'm releasing today was told, or the Britain case came out.
And by the way, they're firing like half of the IRS agents, and basically they're stopping any audits of mega wealthy people. So he's right. They just get away with all this stuff.
Case. Here's what he said himself.
If you refuse to comply permanently, you will be amazed how far you can get as an individual. And I mean this. So let me give you an example. My tax affairs are fully in order in Romania because I pay 3%. But when I lived in England, I refused to pay tax. It was 40%. So they started sending me letters and threatening me. You know what you do? You know what most people would do? Reply to the letter, get a clever accountant. Guess what I did? Ignore the letters. Ignore. Then they start sending people around to my house. Where's Andrew? Oh, he's not here. Ignore. There becomes a point where there's a cost-benefit analysis where they sit down and go, we don't know where this guy is. We don't even know how much money he has. We don't know if he's going to pay. He might have left the country. This is a waste of our time. And they give up because everyone's a coward and fills in the form. I don't fill in form.
It's incredible. Your Honor, just play this, and then let's go here. Let's get a move on. We know that this guy's like, what? Just like he bragged about human trafficking, here he is bragging about clear tax evasion.
Why would you pay your taxes when you can pretend to be a literal James Bond villain? You know what people do? Nothing. We bring you back to the U.S. on a special little plane because, hey, our government officials don't want you persecuted, right? In Romania. We don't want you in Romania. Right? Why? Come here. Come to America. We don't care. We welcome tax cheats as long as they're rich and famous. You know, we don't want, if you're broke and you cheat your tax, if you don't report $400, that's a problem. But if you're rich, well, we can bend the rules, let's just say. Now, another thing that came up with these leaked documents was they come from TransferWise. Now, this is a payment processor. Now it's just known as Wise. I did confront these people on it because they subsequently terminated the Tate's account, or that's the reports. And so I went to them and I said, hey, what happened, this or that? They declined to comment on the story, saying that they don't comment on individual accounts. I will say that this account was flagged for AML KYC reasons, anti-money laundering reasons. That's what AML means. So it appears that TransferWise was aware of the case. They were aware of the money laundering implications of someone using a fake name, a burner account, email address, all these types of things to set up payments to shell companies. But I also want to be clear that this isn't merely my speculation that they would use this type of name. We also have company house information from the UK of Scorpius Ltd. And we go ahead and see who the secretary of this organization is, and it's Mr. Tristan Tate. So it's not like I'm just going off of one passport which says, Tristan Tate is saying he's Vladimir Scorpius. They created a public shell company in the UK called Scorpius Ltd. Not only that, this is one of Tristan Tate's inside jokes, I guess. You can be loud and proud about it. He calls himself Vladimir Scorpius.
Captain Vladimir Scorpius. I fear no weather. Listen, we need to solve this problem. It's a big problem. Why? Because the ship's wet. So?
I don't know what they're doing in that scene. Maybe they're coming back to America from Romania. I don't know. What I do know is that, once again, these people are not quiet about it. It's not like this money laundering scheme and tax evasion scheme is exactly a secret, because they literally brag about it. And when they're prosecuted, they just cry foul. And we have government officials willing to go to bat for them. It is insane. I just think it's funny. Look, nobody pining over the Epstein list can ever say anything again. Oh, I'm amazed.
I know, man. I know. His mind is blown just like mine has been, right? You see also these people who were so obsessed with the Epstein list, they wouldn't stop talking about it. They'd be super interested in it. And then when that story comes out just before the election, that we have Epstein himself on literal audio tape talking to Michael Wolff, released by the Daily Beast, where he says Trump was my closest friend for a decade, or nobody was closer with Trump than I was for a decade, right? He says that, fucking crickets. All these people who are obsessed with Jeffrey Epstein, suddenly they're nowhere to be found. They didn't see the story, or they saw it and they just memory hold it, didn't talk about it, swept it under the rug because they like Trump. So they like Trump, so I don't care that the first time Trump and Melania had sex was on the Lolita Express, the literal fucking pedophile plane. I don't care that we learned that Trump would blackmail his friends into letting him fuck their wives, and he would cuck his friends. I don't care about when we actually got the black book that showed that Trump was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane 7 times. I don't care. I don't care that we learned that Jeffrey Epstein is very likely Mossad. Well, hey, these people like Israel and they like Trump, so shove it aside and then talk another 58 times about Bill Clinton, right? And these are the same people, cheering and clapping like fucking seals for Andrew Tate, the alleged human trafficker, rapist, money launderer, fraud, right? But pretend like you're so anti-Epstein. Well, this guy is just Junior Epstein, bro. Like, can we wake up here? Can we fucking snap out of it? This drives me crazy.
By the overlap of people who go, and again, it's not the same things that they're accused of exactly. It rhymes, but it's not the exact same things. But it is amazing how people go, yeah, we got to release the I can't believe Epstein was supported by officials and like really powerful people. There's no way. Those same people, dude, if Epstein had just cried that the Matrix was attacking him, right now he would not be, bro, he'd be extradited.
He's so right. Oh my God. Oh my God. If Epstein was alive, he would have gone full MAGA and MAGA would have embraced him. He's so right. Oh my God.
Back on Little St. James right now as we speak, sipping a Mai Tai, talking about politics and how much he was persecuted by the elites. By the way, this is what Tristan Tate did about the bank situation. You know, he's struggled getting payment processing. It's a shocker to think about why. And they've complained about this multiple times, and people run to their defense like, I can't believe the Tate brothers are getting persecuted.
There's a friend of mine who owns a bank. I'm not going to put him on blast. I'm not going to say the name of his bank, but he owns his own bank. He's a very successful guy. He's a member of my private, an actual bank, a bank. And he said, don't worry, Tristan, I'll just give you an account in my bank. No problem. Sent him my passport, my brother's passport, all my details. I said, good, make me a bank account. He calls me 2 days later. He says, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I said, what? The person who issued my banking license called me today and said, if you give these 2 accounts, your license is revoked and your bank's been shut down. And I was like, wow. So if you don't believe in the Matrix, if you don't believe me and Andrew are under attack, if you think that we are just, I guess, suffering the consequences of our own actions and that we're criminals and there's no conspiracy against us, explain to me, please, why I can't have a bank anywhere in the world.
Because you use fake passports calling yourself Vladimir Scorpius. It isn't a conspiracy. What are you talking? Oh, if you don't believe in the Matrix, explain to me why I'm not allowed to launder money and not pay taxes. Really, guys? This is crazy.
Yeah, like, bro, you are the Matrix. You do understand that, right? You are the elites you bitch about. You are the establishment you bitch about. You are the Matrix. Jesus Christ.
And all these people eat it up. Oh, they're getting persecuted. Meanwhile, you actually read the case against them, and they open up Scorpius Ltd, Goose Famoose, The Cannon Run, and they allegedly don't pay taxes according to UK police. All the while, by the way, actually, they are opening up fake bank accounts. You see, respondents' brothers have continued to open up financial accounts in the UK, using UK identification and holding out their address to be there for business revenues and to launder funds. We don't care about victims. Just dress up in a nice suit. Just brag about what you did. Just be shameless, dude. And then at the end of it, you can just say, hey, they're attacking me. I'm a free speech man. And everybody flocks to your defense. So, look, I hope you enjoyed this little run through the world of crime. I mean, it's legal now, so I just think we should be honest about it.
He's so right. Look, I don't know what Coffee's politics are, but by the time the next 4 years are done, the Trump years, this dude's going to be wearing a Che Guevara shirt, dog. If you follow this stuff day in and day out, you're like, you know what? Are the gulags totally bad? Were they? I don't know. Like this is what starts to happen in your mind if you follow this stuff closely. And it sounds like he's on a similar roller coaster like I am. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.